Hello! Now I will teach you how to get your own web server and create a website in C++. I will teach you how to do the encryption. Your visitors will not see the warnings that the connections are unsecure. The web browsers put those scary icons next to websites that are made using the outdated, vulnerable technologies. We will exceed the current security standards. Now I will go to Amazon Web Services and get a server, domain name, and connect all these pieces together. I will have the full control of the server. I will be the administrator of the Linux operating system. I will not be a customer to some web hosting company where somebody else decides what I can and what I cannot do. I will make the website the way I want. I will be able to use any technology I want, and I want to make it in C++. And I will save some money in the process. This is going to be cheaper than your average cost from web hosting companies. The server will cost $5.50 a month, and the domain will be $12 a year. And I will have the full control of everything. The final outcome will be a nice content management system. We will be able to write online text with math. Further modifications will let us take courses, teach courses, do exams, and handle the enrollment and grades. It's time to open your favorite browser, go to aws.amazon.com, select Management Console, create an account if you don't have one. If you do, then you select the option of root user and put your email address. On the next page you will be asked for a password, and in a few moments you will be in. There is a link build with virtual servers with light sail. You click on that. Now it's time to choose the server. We will take operating system only. We don't want anything pre-installed. We choose Ubuntu 20.04, and it's now sufficient for our purposes to take this configuration that costs $5 a month. We need to choose a name for our instance, and our project is about making internet management platforms written in C++. That name, yeah, it's going to be too long. We'll just put abbreviations. The first letters: I, M, P, W, I, C. Now you cannot and should not miss this huge button, Create Instance. You will very soon see that the instance is pending. So you may give Amazon a minute or two and then go and click refresh in your browser. Server is active and running. Now we click on this console icon and we will now set up the SSH so we can remotely access this server. We can access it from any computer. So first we need to add some users. So let's add user main programmer. So that user will later become administrator. Now I always get reminded, in Unix you cannot have capital letters in the usernames. So let's change the name. So we will call it M programmer. It's time to make and remember a password. So you have to retype it to prove that you memorized the password, and you can skip all of these questions. You just have to answer, yes, I confirm the answers are correct. Now we promote this M programmer to the administrator. The command is sudo usermod -a-g sudo M programmer. Copy this command exactly as you see it on the screen, and that will open the editor, the nano editor, and we will edit the SSH configuration file. The lines that start with hash symbol are comments and they are not active. So one of them has to be uncommented, which means we will make this line active. So you locate the line that starts with permit root login, and we are going to modify it so it becomes permit root login no. So root is not allowed to log into the website. This is going to increase the security. We will allow main programmer to log in by enabling remote connections. So now you're going to locate another line that says password authentication no. You will change this no to yes. Now you do not need to have a pair of public and private key to SSH. You only need your password, and this is offering some flexibility. You can use many computers to access the server. Now you press Ctrl X to exit and press yes to save. Now we need to restart the server to implement these changes. The command is sudo reboot. We will not use this virtual SSH from the Amazon website, from the browser. We are now going to use the SSH client installed on our own computer. On your own computer, locate the terminal, the program terminal, and type SSH mprogrammer @ and after the @ symbol you will put IP address of your server. You will locate that IP address on the Amazon website. Once you click paste and hit enter, you will have to enter the password to the account mprogrammer, and you are in. You first run the command sudo apt update, and you have to enter the password to prove that you have root privileges. It will take about 10.3 seconds for this update to finish, and once it's over, you will see this screen. You now run the command sudo apt upgrade. You will answer yes, and this will take a little bit longer. So I'm going to speed up this video and not show you everything. You can see this progress bar. It goes directly from 9 to 98%. The secret is I actually cut the middle of the video. I cut 1.8 minutes during which I was just staring at this progress bar going from 9 to 98%. We need to reboot the server again. The command is sudo reboot. You will lose your SSH connection when you're rebooting the server, and you have to wait for about 1 minute, maybe even a little bit longer, for server to be ready for you again. If you try to SSH too soon, if you are not patient enough, I'm going to show to you what happens so that you are not scared when you see that behavior. So assume you do not wait the entire minute or whatever is necessary. When you hit the command SSH, things look like they are stuck. So at that point you have to press Control C or Command C, or depending how your keyboard and your operating system communicates with the terminal program, but you have to hit that Control C and get back to your terminal and then wait a little bit longer and then try to re-establish the connection again. So now we are successful when we receive the question, what is your password? We enter the password and we are back. Everything is ready for the next task. That's registration of the domain name. You will locate this icon in the top right called AWS, and then you will find the link register a domain. You click on that link and then you have to choose the domain name. Let's try IMPWIC. We want to see if this is an available domain name. We click on the button check and let's hope that this domain name is something that nobody took and it's available, it's good. We are lucky. Add to cart, and it's going to cost $12 a year. The button continue is at the very bottom of the page. You click on that and then you fill out the form. You have to put your personal details because you are now registering a domain. After you are done, you click again on continue and then you have to read some terms and conditions. You have to accept them. An email verification is a mandatory step. Read your email and do everything they ask. After you verified your email, you can complete the order and close this window that tells you that you have submitted order successfully. Then you will get some kind of a scary message that tells you that the domain registration can take up to 3 days. So while this is possible, it may be 3 days, usually it is 1 to 2 hours. During that waiting period, your request will have pending status. So you will see domain registration is in progress. After 2 hours or 3 days, if you are really unlucky, that you can go to Route 53 control panel and click on registered domains. If you see your domain name in the list, congratulations, the registration is successful and we can move on to the next step. It's time to add the static IP to the server instance. Find your instance, click on networking and click on static IP. You have to select the instance and then you have to give a name to your static IP. We will now check whether we can use this new IP address to SSH into the server. We copy this address so it's on the clipboard, we open the terminal and type SSH mprogrammer at this new address. And if everything goes well, we will receive this question to which we answer yes, then we give a password and we are in. Our goal is to soon start using the name of the website, impweek.com, instead of these numbers. So we will go back to Route 53 console, and this time we are going to follow the link to hosted zones. So that link is near the top, immediately below the dashboard. And now we will click on this blue link, impweek.com, or whatever the name of your website is. So now we will click on that link. A new yellow button, Create Record, appeared, and we click on that. We choose Simple Record of the type A. Record type is A, and we will put the IP address, the static IP address that we just created. Then we will click on Create Records. We will see a new record has appeared. We will need one more. Again, we will click on this yellow button, Create Record. And this time we will add record name www, and we will add the same IP address. Now you see 4 records. If we open the terminal, exit from the old session, now we can SSH into the server by using the name impweek.com. Actually, we may have to wait a little bit for server to receive this new name, so it can maybe take another hour and then we can SSH.